Hey guys, welcome to another guitar tutorial. This is Tom Waits we're going to do today. It's called Little Trip to Heaven. Tom Waits is my absolute favorite, hands down, artist on the planet. The guy's amazing, and this is from sort of the earlier stuff that he did. This is originally done by him on piano. So this is an acoustic guitar version. I haven't found any of these on YouTube, so as of yet, I thought I would do one. It's kind of an adaptation version that I do, but it works really well. It's for an intermediate level guitar player. So let's jump right into it, all right? This one is in standard tuning, but I capo it up. If you're not familiar with the capo, it's just a little clamp. You can pick it up at your local music or guitar store, and you just clamp it onto your guitar, depending on where you're going to play your song and where you want to sing it. A lot of times we use it for singing or playing with another instrument because you can just kind of transpose up easily without having to. It's a bit of a way of cheating, to be honest, without having to learn all these different chords. So when I reference the chords, I'm referencing the chord shape. So if I were to say C, and you know what a C chord is, then you would have your first fret, second string, and then your fourth string, second fret, fifth string, third fret. That's a C chord. But in this case, I'll say C, but it's actually C sharp because we're playing C a half step higher. Right? So, standard tuning to start with: E, A, D, G, B, and E. And then we take our capo and we step it up a half step, try to get it right on the fret, just behind the fret. Quickly go through the chords, and then we'll get into the rest of the lesson, all right? So, pull up a little bit here so you can see a little better. First chord we're going to talk about is a C major 7. So it's just like a C if you know that. We don't play the open, so we don't play the open 6th string. But the 5th string, our ring finger goes in on the 3rd fret, middle finger on the 2nd fret, and then everything else open. Kind of this jazzy 7th chord, right? It's really cool. C major 7th. Next chord is a D minor 7th, and we're going to bar the first two highest strings, so your E and your B string, 1 and 2, with our index finger. And then the middle finger drops in on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then we play the open D, 4th string. That's a D minor 7th. Okay, and then we're going to play an E minor 7th. So E minor is a very simple chord. It's a beginner chord. We play it with these two middle and index fingers on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and 4th string. And we strum everything. That's an E minor. Now to make it a 7th, we're going to drop the pinky in right there on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, the B string. You hear the difference. You take that pinky off and you hear how it's not a 7th anymore. Okay, E minor 7th. We're going to have a G chord, your standard G. So ring finger, 3rd fret, 6th string, middle finger, 2nd fret, 5th string, open, 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 and then pinky finger on the G note, which is the 3rd fret of the E string, 1st string. We also have a G7, which is the exact same thing, except we lift that pinky and we put our index finger on the 1st fret of the 1st string. We also have a C chord, which is just like that C major 7th with our ring finger here on the 5th fret, or 5th string, 3rd fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, and then open, and then instead of having that open on the 2nd string, we put our index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. That's a C. C7 is we take that exact same chord shape. We're going to use a C7 in this as well, and we're going to drop that in right there on the 3rd string, your G string, 3rd fret. Take it off, C, put it on, C7. Next chord is a fretted F bar chord. Now, because this is actually an F sharp bar chord, but because I'm referencing the capo, we're going to call it F because it's an F shape in reference to all the other chord shapes. But basically, it's a root 6 bar chord, major bar chord. So you bar with your first finger all across that first fret. You bar all those. Sorry about that. And then you drop your middle finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then your pinky on the 4th string, 3rd fret, and ring finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret. With that bar, it sounds like that. Okay? And then in E major, which is first finger, 3rd string, 1st fret, and then your ring finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string, and your middle finger on the 5th fret, or 5th string, 2nd fret. Strum everything. Now we've also got a root 5 bar chord. They're minor 7ths. So we play an E minor 7th and an E flat minor 7th, again in relative to all the other chord shapes. Basically, root 5 is you bar everything across the 7th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Starting on the 5th string and bar across, and then your middle finger goes down on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, and then you skip the 3rd string, and then you have your ring finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string. And then to make an E flat minor 7th, you just drop that whole chord shape down 1. If you know how to do the minor chord shape, you can play that and just lift your pinky finger. It's the same difference to get the 7th. Okay? And then all the song is just changes between those chords. I'll put the chord sheet down below as usual, just in the description of the video, so copy paste that into a Word document or whatever you want to do, and follow along on the song. As far as the strumming goes, there's a couple little different techniques that I like to do just to kind of jazz it up a little bit. But essentially, let's start with that C major 7 chord shape, which is this one right here. And we pluck the 5th string with our thumbs. Supper time again. It's my cat. You can always hear him meowing when it's time for me to record a lesson, right? He's the only one I can't be quiet in the lesson. Hey, Charlie, you gonna say hi? Look right here. Not supper time yet. It's close, but it's not supper time yet. Anyway, we start with the C major 7th, and we're gonna pluck that 5th string with our thumb, and then we take our index finger and we pluck the 3rd string. And then we take our 2 fingers here, our middle and our ring finger, and this is on our strumming hand, and we pluck the top 2 strings, the E1 and the B2 strings. So far we have and then we come back down to that 3rd string. So practice that. Okay, so you can play the whole song just with that little fingerstyle rhythm that I showed you there, but I like to jazz it up a little bit more, add a little bit of percussive sounding moves just to make the song pop a little bit more. And one of the things I do there is I do that finger picking style that I just showed you. But instead of coming back on the, instead of coming back down, I just do the thumb pluck, index pluck, and then this percussive. And what that is I take the butt of my hand and my nails at the same time, and it's kind of hitting all at the same time. It's trying to replicate a snare as much as I can. So it's the two strings with the finger style. And what you can do is, as you come out of that click clack that you hit with your butt of your hand and your nails, is when you come back up, you can kind of hit those two first strings just to let that note ring out, just to let that chord ring out a little bit. And it's just kind of that in between the changes in the chords. So if we go from the C major 7th to the D minor 7th, it would sound like this. Okay, so the intro actually starts on C major 7th. I don't do the percussive stuff at the start. I let it ring out. Little trip to heaven, and I start the percussive stuff when I start singing. So at the start you have the C major 7th, D minor 7, E minor 7, and then G. And then we go back to C major 7, D minor 7, F, and G. And those I don't do the percussive strumming, I just do the finger style picking that I showed you at the start. I do a bit of a rake on the G just to, I call that a rake. It's just I use the fatty part of my thumb right here, and I just drag it across. Instead of one big strum where it all comes out in one, it's trip to heaven on the wings of your love. And when I get to that part where on my chord sheet you'll see it goes from G to G7, you could transition to G7 or you can stay right on the G if you want. I like to do a little walk down, and it's just a chromatic walk down from the 3rd, 2nd, and 1. And you can either use your thumb to play all down, or you can alternate between these two. I kind of go between both depending. Little trip to heaven on the wings of your love. Do-do-do, man. Right? It just transitions into the next verse. And then we have banana moon is shining in the sky. And that's where we go to our root 5 E minor 7th bar chord. The sky. And again, it's just a little rake with the thumb combined with that percussive snap, beat, whatever you want to call it. So far we have little trip to heaven on the wings of your love. Banana moon is shining in the sky. I feel like I'm in heaven. So now we have a D minor 7th, G7, C major 7 to C7. Okay? And then we're going to go to, and then we go feel like I'm in heaven when you're with me. I know that I'm in, and then, so it kind of really fast transition between the chords. I know that I'm in heaven when you're with me. I feel like I'm in heaven when you're with me. I know that I'm in heaven when you smile. So there we're going from the D minor 7 to the F, E major, and A minor. I know that I'm in heaven when you smile. So it's the full strum through the D minor 7th. Ba-dum, 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 dum. I know that I'm in heaven when you... Okay. The whiz, and then it goes to D minor 7. I know that I feel like I'm in heaven when you're with me. I know that I'm in heaven when you smile. And then it goes to D minor 7 and then G7. We're stuck here on the ground. I got something that I found and it's you. G major 7. And then it's just a little instrumental interlude kind of thing. It's just a few chords. You just go from that C major 7 to D minor 7, F chord, G, and then a walk down, that same chromatic walk down, back into the C major 7th. And then we go through all the verses, the interlude, that's pretty much it, really. It repeats 3 times, and then at the end, he goes through all the chords we've already learned. So there's a C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, and G, and then he kind of cycles through that again until he ends at the end. Shooby-dooby-doo. I think that pretty much covers the lesson, guys. So now I'm going to get into the cover part at the end. We'll readjust the camera angle and we'll get into it. Let me know what you think in the comments and play along. Let me know when you posted your versions of the song, because I love hearing Tom Waits and I love hearing people learn Tom Waits. So let's do this. Here we go. This is Little Trip to Heaven by Tom Waits. Little trip to heaven on the wings of your love, but then the moon is shining in the sky. I feel like I'm in heaven when you're with me, and I know that I'm in heaven when you smile. Though we're stuck here on the ground, I got something that I found and it's you. I don't have to take no trip to outer space. All I have to do is look in your face, and before I know it, I'm in orbit around you. But I thank my lucky stars that I found you, and I see your constellation, and you're my inspiration, and it's you. My North Star when I'm lost and feeling blue. Oh, my sun is breaking through, it's true. And all the other stars seem dim around you. I thank my lucky stars that I found you. When I see your smiling face, I know nothing gonna take your place, and it's you. And it's you. And it's you. And it's you, woo, woo, and it's you, and it's you, woo, woo, shooby-dooby-doo. Long live Tom Waits!